Well, good afternoon. We are back home from the fishing trip. Trying to get this camera setting straight. Let's have a discussion about these sail cats. Like I showed in the video, that's why they call them a sail cat, because it looks like a catfish. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking you see me on other videos catching those saltwater catfish. That's what that is. And I throw them back because they're not good to eat. Or you can eat them, but they're not that good. That is a different kind. That is a hardhead, what we call hardheads. These actually go between the bay and the Gulf. The hardheads are, the meat is a dark meat. You can eat them. Most people don't because they're really, really strong. They're really fishy. I don't mind them myself. I will eat a great big one, bigger than this. You got to get one of those real big to get any, worthwhile meat off of it. But I normally don't even fool with those anymore. But these are different because these are mostly white meat. Now I'll tell you right now, if you're squeamish, don't watch this video any further because I'm gonna clean one of these. This is the one I caught. The one Mama caught is a little bit bigger than this one. And like I said, we call them sail cats. Some people call them gaff tops, which I have no idea where that came from. I just started hearing that the last 10 years or so. And they are also called a crucifix fish. Now this skull right here, when it's dried out and clean, you can clearly see Jesus on the cross. I'm going to show you one right here that I've had for a long time. There it is. You can see the arms, head, legs. Yes, kitty, I see you. I'll give you some in a minute. Go on. Now, a lot of people will take these and paint them up real nice. You can look them up online. There's a big story about them. And if you get one of these, after it's all dried, if you shake it and it rattles, that means you're blessed. It's rattling. I've had this one tacked up on the side of the shop here for years. Now, I am going to save both of these and dry them out. It'll take a couple of months at least to get dried out to where I can get them cleaned out real good, and then it takes a good while for the whole process. And maybe we'll do something with those later this summer. But I don't, depends on how these skins come out. I may save them to try to make some sheets out of, but probably not. And I'll try to save this sail. Let's go ahead and see if we can't cut that off. I mentioned in the video too, these fins, it's like any catfish. If they stab you, especially these, they're just like the hardheads. They are poisonous and they will make you sick. I told you to get out, and I'll get you some in a minute. Hang on, let me get my nippers. Get away from there. Get, go on. Go on, I just fed you cat food, now go. Get. All the cats around here, that one follows me around everywhere. There. Now I'll stick that up out here somewhere and let it dry. It'll look pretty cool. Now for safety reasons, well, so I cut the whole thing off. I'm going to get rid of these so I know I don't stab my hand with them. And I won't save those. I'll throw them over in the compost pile or something. That's fairly straightforward, just like any other catfish. Make a cut right straight down the back. I just want y'all to see the color of this meat compared to the way I described those little hard heads. All this, you don't save the belly on these. Nothing's usable there. I'm telling you, get. Go on. That side. Thank everybody for the comments about my arthritis thing. I am going to try 1 or 2 of those. My buddy Guy up in Canada, a leave. No, it don't work. Yeah, I've tried it. It don't work. I'm just going to come up. Just like you'd fillet anything else. And one thing too about these, don't cook any bones. Backbone and all that, just not on these. That'll make the taste strong. Big old fish, there's not as big a fillet as you'd think it is. It's a little bloody, but see how white that meat is? A little bit of red meat back here, and I'll trim that off when I get it cleaned, get it washed. And for today, I'm going to put these heads in the freezer because I need to build a little cage to put them in so I can hang them up out here to keep the cats off of them and the possums off of them. Yep, that one's got eggs in it. Fella down from us, I watched him catch 3 or 4 like this. I didn't pay attention whether he kept them or not. Normally people you see keep these are natives, people who know what they are. And they do tend to get a little slimy. There's that fillet there. Now, not too gory, I don't hope. I don't think. All right, remove that out of the way. Where'd that cat go? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Where'd you go? Oh, I'm gonna give her these eggs. She'll find it. Alright, gotta move the camera. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with me. Back to the little tripod today. Easier to move it around. Let's see, that hand's not so fishy. Gotta love it, folks. There we go. Now that rib cage, that's where the bones are. We'll take that out. Like that. Where you at, kitty? Kitty, kitty. There you are. Come here. 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 There. Alright, that cat's happy. White meat. Now this dark meat is just a little strong. It goes pretty deep. To me, I don't care. I like it. So might be a pin bone in there, and there might be a little pin bone right there. But Mama said she was going to eat some, so I want to make real sure there's no bones. Just like that. I'll do this one the same way. The rest of the cats will be out here in a few minutes. We have 3 litters of kittens. Does anybody need a kitten? You are more than welcome to all of them. Now, that is how you handle a sail cat. Pardon me. Now, me and Mom have been trying to go fishing for several weeks now. Something always comes up, so we had a chance to go this morning, so we took off. Now, I'll wash my board, I'll do the other one. And when I do them little white trout, I'll show you a trick on how to do a smaller fish like that the way we do it. Be right back. Alright, let's handle these little white trouts right quick. Now, I mainly kept these in case we needed more bait. But they'll eat just fine. They're a little small, but they'll eat. Just knock the scales off of them, and this meat is very, very, very tender. White trout and the speckled trout is basically the same fish without the spots. Speckled trout has spots all over it. Or what they call it in the book is a spotted sea trout. To me, they taste the same. There's no difference in the taste. But instead of trying to fillet these, I'm going to show you how I was taught to do it, how my grandfather taught me to do it. On these smaller fish. Cook them whole. Get the camera. There we go. All you do is knock the head off, and the meat on these are solid white. Almost identical to a bluegill, the way I clean those. Pull out the insides. Now, some people will go to great pain to take all that little red stuff out of there. Not me. That tastes good too. Get some of it out of there. You ain't got to get it all. Now, the thickest part of the fish, it's right up here on the shoulders. Make a little cut like that. Little cut like that. That way it'll cook all the way through without burning it. And when you get it on the plate to eat it, if you use your good tools to eat with, you just grab it and pinch it off. Just like that. And of course you eat the tail. Try that hard, eat that. Those fins, eat the fins too. Good for you. Calcium, protein. I already scaled that, didn't I? Now, remember the last fishing video I did? We had some of these that were a lot bigger than this. The big ones would have bit sometime today. But that wind is so bad, and it's very windy here. Plus, we already had the 2 big catfish, and that's enough fish right there. I wasn't trying to stop the freezer. Cut, cut, and cut. Just like that. Just like that. Now, I'm going to get these inside to the boss to be cooked. We're going to have a feast here in a little while. Now, upcoming things. I'll get back in the shop tomorrow and get back to work on some knives. The 10-piece set is very, very close to being done. It needs one more coat of finish on the handles. Mr. Dan said is almost done. A couple J-nail skinners are almost done. And I have to get started on several more. So I'll get them done. I'm going to lose a day Friday. I forgot. I have to go Friday to the cardiologist and get the results from that test. My echogram that I took a couple weeks back. I have to go Friday. And of course they can't give me an appointment early in the morning. They got to give me one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's going to waste a whole day, basically. So I'll lose Friday. But I will work all weekend in the shop. And I have to cut grass. And did y'all see that 2 million egg recall? Contaminated eggs. Now we looked up the number on there with the eggs that because you know we don't have chickens anymore. Pardon me. And one of the numbers matched the carton that we had, so we threw them all away. And we noticed that since we got because we get them in a 5-dozen carton, we noticed that we were both have been sick. Well, I've talked about that, not just with the cold kind of stuff, with the diarrhea and all that, which according to that article, that's what those eggs caused. So we threw them all away. We had a long talk this morning in the truck and while we were fishing. We're going to go ahead and build a new chicken yard. I've got a little building over here, the shack as I call it. We're going to convert that to a chicken house and build a yard. We're going to get more chickens. There was also a big romaine lettuce recall a couple weeks ago, and we were sort of queasy after that because we like romaine lettuce. She bought it at the store, you know, at the Walmart. So we decided we're not doing that no more. And it's not at all too late to plant a garden, so we're going to go ahead and plant at least the raised beds like I'd planned on to start with. We're going to go ahead and do that. So that'll be upcoming in the next couple of weeks. The more you read, the more you listen to folks that know what they're talking about. I'm not crazy about store-bought food. Mr. Danny, you're exactly right. We're just going to have to tough up and do it. Now, we're busy all the time anyway, but we'll just be a little bit busier. Pardon me. Okay, here comes that cough again, so I'll go. So thank you for watching. I hope I explained some stuff about these fish. And I thank y'all for your support. And I will see you in a few days with something else. Alright, somebody asked for a cooking video. There it is cooking. There is a pot of grits. Fish and grits. That's what we do down here. There's some right there. Well, that's chicken strips. Now, Mama don't want to be on the camera. I put her on there. She's going to hit me with something. So what she does, she will dust them down with that, with season oil. Got enough light. And then she'll mix up a little bit of cornmeal, a little bit of flour, salt, and pepper. Dredge them in that and cook them in the iron skillet. Cook them really brown, very crispy, and then we'll eat. You sure don't want to be on camera? No, I don't. Alright, I better stop before I get in trouble. Alright, the end.